Okay, you are here. All right. Now I'm going to be masking off this window, and you will see how I go about the process. All right, and the approach for doing this. Okay, so with no further ado, let's do this. I'm Ken. This is Easy Tube Tips and Tricks. Today you won't be seeing everything up close and personal. Not today. I just wanted to show this for those that may just need to be able to see the process and how to get this done. All right, so let's do it. All right. Now, what I'm going to do is, once I get this taped, all right, you want to make sure that your edge of your tape is nice and straight, okay, because it's kind of uneven as usual, okay, and so you have to be really careful. So you want to kind of hold this and kind of have my finger underneath the ring here. I'm going to cut this pretty straight, not perfectly straight. And I will use this over here. Now the other thing is on this window that I have a frame here. So my first row of tape is right next to this frame, which I'll show you right here when I'm done. So you can see how I laid that in there. But now I got the frame, the metal frame here. All right. And so I want to put tape on my trim right here on my windowsill, not sill, on this over here, okay, on the side of the window, this window jamb, that's what I want to call it. And I'll show you after I do this. All right, now I'm reversing my hand. All right, so I can control it, so I can take it and push it right up against the frame. And if I don't hold the tape in this manner, my hand's reversed, all right, I won't have any control over it. Then, on the bottom, watch what this hand's doing down here, all right? Now I'm going to get this right up into this corner. Okay, this is where it counts. You get this right, it helps to make everything else here right. So this is pretty critical. All right, now I have a high side and a low side, so this isn't very straight. So what I'm going to do in this situation is my outside edge needs to be the low side if there's a low side. And sometimes cutting this at a slight taper helps. Okay, so you want the high side into the corner and the low side away from the corner on the outer edge, all right? And or you can cut it straight, but sometimes it just makes it easier to do it this way. Now, I'm getting it right up in this corner, right against that frame. All right, it's spot on right there. Now I'm going to pivot once I get it right up against that window and into that upper corner. All right. Now I'm going to take this, turn this, let that hang up against the window. I'm going to have this pinned at the very corner at the top. Now I'm going to press this, and this outer edge is just going to barely roll or push along the face so it drops right down into that corner next to the window. All right, so I'm just going to slide the tape down the face of the metal in the window so that when it hits the wood, it'll be flat and right in that corner. It's the best way to do it, the easiest way to do it. You got to get this upper corner tacked exactly where you want it first in order to accomplish that. All right, so now I'm going to pin this, hold this, put pressure on it. I'm going to bring this down here. Alright, now, again, I'm going to slide it against the window, right against that metal, so it brushes right up against it and down to the wood. And you want to look down in here to make sure it's not pushing away like it just did. Alright, and if it doesn't go where you want it to again, I can take the bottom and I can twist it and push it inward or forward, alright, so I can control exactly where this tape goes, as well as fingers on top of the tape. My thumb is just barely on the inside on this front edge of this tape, so I can kind of grab it and pull it in or out and then push it right into the corner or up against the frame face of this frame, so I can get it exactly where I want it, okay? And you don't want the tape coming loose like it just did here. Alright, now, sometimes with practice, you can get this down to a science where it just falls right into place, and you tack it in one spot and you come down here once you get it where you want it. You tack it there, so I've tacked it here, I've tacked it down here, and I want to come and I want to tack it here. Alright, and get it right down there, brushed up against the frame. And when you push it down, so you want to kind of push inward so it tacks it right in there at that frame. Then come back and push the rest of it down. Alright, now I'm going to cut that off, but I want to be able to see what you're seeing. Sorry, I can't comment. I'm just not able at the moment. Thanks for being here, for whoever is here. I'm going to zoom in a bit. Something Kentucky Church. Well, thanks for being here, Kentucky Church. God bless you, bro. All right. Appreciate you being here. All right, now we're zoomed in where you should be able to see halfway decent and see where I'm at down there. All right. I'll be by your channel. I'll visit. You know, my motto is, united we stand, united we make it happen. So where about are you at in Kentucky? I used to live in Tennessee, there outside of Memphis, little town of Millington. You know, I'm sure you've heard of it. Alright, push that right down into that corner, and we're golden. You can catch the rest of it. Yeah, Land Between the Lakes. How far are you from Land Between the Lakes? If you're still in the chat. I'm semi-familiar with Land Between the Lakes. That's a really nice area there in Kentucky. Alright, now I'm going to stick this here again. You want to stick this up against the frame. The face of the frame, so this outer edge of the tape goes right up against that frame. And it slides along down the side of it. Brushes, actually the tape is brushing against the side of the face frame. Alright, the side of that tape. Once you get it stuck where you want it. Okay, and then you just push it in. You can use a razor blade if you like to accomplish this. Sometimes it helps to give you more control. Now I'm right here on the side of that face frame, down here at the bottom. So I'm going to stick this here at this corner, right here at this upper corner. Then I'm going to swing it out a little bit so I can make the adjustments necessary so that my end product here is perfect. Or as perfect as possible. Okay, we are golden. Now, all I have is this wooden wooden frame here. There's a slight, small gap. So now I'm going to take my tape and I'm going to remove the roll and kind of tear this. And again, I'm tearing it so that if there's a long point, it's towards the face frame. Alright, let's see if you can see where I'm at. Nope, now you can see where I'm at. Alright. Hey, Lydia, Maya, much more. Hey, Will, thanks for being here, Will. I was wondering how you were doing. Actually, I was thinking about you the other day. Haven't seen you for a while. I've just been busy, bro, trying to get something done. I got this bathroom about finished. This is like my final touch on this bathroom. You might want to go back and look at my bathroom remodel complete. I think that's how I titled it. There's a couple videos on it. A friend of mine taped it professionally for me. It was really nice. Viscover Art is his channel. Viscover Art. And NT Pictures, I believe it is, was here. That was really kind and good of them for my friend to do that. Alright, this is done on this side. Now, where I've got this kind of, a few pieces just holding this in place, it's coming loose. I'm gonna, at this joint here, or seam, or whatever you want to call it, it's basically a joint. I'm gonna tack this all down. Oh, give them access.
I know.
Then the dude's gonna kill him, do it. We're videotaping. That's good. Open it up, let him have it. So good. Good news is always good. All right. Well, if I get this painted today.
Next thing. Oh, I did find hydrogen peroxide.
I thought you might.
We bought 3 bottles.
Okay.
The lady goes, "You got a lot of sores."
Oh.
I said,
Did you tell her hydrogen peroxide and Dawn makes a great spray for
Yep.
cleaning and
Yep. And
killing
she's like,
bacteria?
"Really?" And then she's gone. Because I spent all day on my aluminum grates for my stove, and they just don't come clean. I said, "Are they aluminum or are they cast iron?"
Mm-hmm.
And she said, "No, they're cast iron." I said, "Do you have a self-cleaning oven?"
She didn't know nothing about it.
And she's like, "Yeah." I said, "Stick them in your oven for an hour and a half
You self-clean.
on yourself when you self-clean your oven.
Self-cleaning mode, yeah.
And then go back and check them. Rinse them off, see if they're clean. If they're not clean, stick them back in there for another hour and a half. Because your self-clean runs an hour, it runs 3 hours anyway usually.
Okay, so you can stop it at an hour and a half.
Yeah, it's gonna take a while. You gotta let the oven door unlock, but you can cancel it,
Okay.
you know.
Okay, so hour and a half, cancel it, check it.
Mm-hmm.
And then if it's not clean enough, it's still pretty gooped up, you can set it for another self-cleaning after it's cooled.
Mm-hmm.
and finish cleaning the grates. But at that point, you should be able to scrape and clean, I would think.
Pretty much. Usually, I've never had to put it back. Never
Okay.
had to put it back.
Okay.
But,
That's gonna make some kind of more like new clean.
yeah.
Because it
And-
burns off all the oils and goop.
And
Crud.
she's like, well, what do you use the hydrogen peroxide in Dawn for? I'm like, everything. I'm like, she's like, really? I said, yeah. I said, I use it on my tile. Gets rid of the soap scum.
Did you tell them about, did you say the alcohol, the peroxide is for killing bacteria?
Yep. I said that it disinfects. You'll see stuff bubble up in places that you're going, I didn't think that would
Bubble.
be so nasty.
Be an issue, yeah.
I said, I scrubbed the, the dish strainer you have on your counter
Uh-huh.
for drying your dishes
Uh-huh.
that you've already washed, She's like, yeah. And I said, I sprayed that and it bubbled up all over the place.
Huh.
And you're going, ew.
You would have known.
I didn't think it would be that yucky.
Right?
And it's not that it's yucky, it's just that there's that much bacteria
in that area.
and you're going, I've already washed those. That was clean.
You thought it was clean, there's still bacteria hanging on it that you would have never known about.
Yep.
So she was glad you came through her line.
Yeah.
Free information, guys, for this channel, for this up video.
But yeah,
I've been wanting to talk about that on this channel, just haven't thought about it.
so it was like, really? Yep.
Yeah, she was really glad you came through her line.
Yep.
Well, that's cool. Tips and tricks. My wife has a few of her own. So, yeah, tips and tricks. Alright, let me see what you're seeing. You may not be seeing what I'm doing at this point. Well, maybe partially. Okay. So I am getting this laid in there, right up against the space frame, here at the bottom. Now, let me go to this corner and bring the tape back and then just tear it. This is just for those that don't know. I've never done this. You don't really know the process. And come back here and shoot out the rest of it. Alright, when I get all this mask off here, then we'll be able to start painting. Alright, now I gotta get across the top. Okay, now the blue tape. What's the difference between the white masking tape, the blue masking tape, and the green masking tape? There's 3 different colors of masking tape. What's the purpose of the green masking tape? Well, you've been trying to reach me, Will. All right. Alright, so what's the difference between the green masking tape, the white masking tape, the green masking tape, and the blue masking tape? Did you know there was a green masking tape? And if you didn't know there was a blue, you're seeing it here now. Okay. So the white masking tape is for just about anything except the white masking tape. Let's say, for example, I'm going to put the tape up, I'm going to take it off today. You can use a white masking tape unless you're on a delicate finished surface. The blue masking tape has less glue, so it's not as sticky as the white. If I was to mask off this window with the white, and if it was on here for a few days, then the glue on the tape would stick to this window, which would cause the tape to stick. Now you have to end up taking a razor blade, scraping it off, soaking it down with some soapy water, some alcohol spray, and it becomes work to remove the tape if it's a white masking tape. With this blue, as you see, it wants to kind of come off here. Doesn't stick as well, doesn't have the same amount of glue. And if it's going to be up there for any length of time, then overnight or a day or two or something, then it's not going to be stuck unless it's super hot. It won't be stuck to the surface that you're going to have to now work to remove. Green masking tape, let's say this was a lacquer finish, and it's a polyurethane, but let's say this was a lacquer finish. The green masking tape won't stick and cause you problems on your finished lacquer. Okay? And that's the difference. The green, the way the glue is designed, the type of glue, it does not affect your lacquer. So the green is for that, although you could use it for this as well, except for it's pretty costly. It's spendy. The green is fairly amount more in cost, and so that's why you don't see the green used, because it's more expensive, and so you don't need to use it unless you need it. Unless you just got money to burn, money to throw away, and you could use it for anything if that's the case. But that's the difference between the white, the blue, and the green. Masking tape. Masking tape you see more on auto body, or where they're doing custom high-end work. You see a lot of green at times in those areas. Okay? Alright, now I have to cut some paper here. So I'll zoom out. Thanks for being here. I'm not sure who's here. Okay. And just read the screen at the moment. It's not scrolling for me. Comments aren't scrolling. So those that are here, did you hear what I mentioned about the masking tape in the different colors? I'm trying to solve a little problem here. Okay. There we go. Let's see who's here. Hey, bright shining light. How's it going, my brother? Hello, brother. This is Angie. Hi, Angie. It has, I watched your playlist a week or two ago there, Angie. Just to let you know, it's been a long day. Well, I'm sure it is. I'm here in California. I know you're back in the South somewhere. I have something, I can't see very well in my lighting here. Sorry about that. But Angie, I appreciate your support and time. You and your brother are really doing an excellent job on your channel. And keep shining the light. Stay bold for the Lord. Because He's worthy and worthy of our praise and worthy of our, you know, God is so good. And you do a great job with your ministry that you're using YouTube for. I do have a Bible study channel. I haven't put much on it lately. Actually, I haven't put on much on it in a while. But my name of my Bible study channel is Basic Bible Study 777. And you might enjoy what's on my channel. Shining bright light. I'm trying to read your comment, but it's really hard. Just because of the lighting. But I'll get back to your comment and respond to your comment. Alright. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take some tape, and if you just kind of take your pieces, kind of tear. This is just a stick and a line. This paper I'm going to use as my shield. Alright, just so I can get it up and in position. That's the only reason for these little pieces of tape, so that I can get my shield up in position. Alright, then I'll seal it. Alright, so now I'm going to take this, alright, and connect it here. I'm going to connect the other one here on the other corner. Alright, over here. I'm going to have to make another one that looks like, actually, I'm going to have to come up to this edge here. Alright. You can take this over here. Well, Angie, if you're here, still here in the chat, tell me, how old were you when you became a Christian, and how did it happen? If you're still in the chat, Angie, tell me, how old were you when you became a Christian, when the Lord changed your life, and how did it happen? Testimony. Testimonies are so cool, so good, you know, to hear how God worked to get a hold of you and get your attention, and how you come to know the Lord. If you're still in the chat, and then I can read it here when I'm done. Now, if my phone overheats, it's been overheating, it's going to die when it overheats. So, Lord willing, it don't. I pray it don't. Because I'd like to be able to read your testimony if you're still here to share it. When I'm done. But we'll see how that works out. I can still share it on my channel and share my testimony at that time. I haven't done that for a while. Sharing my testimony, that is. I was saved in the South. I'll tell you that. I was in Tennessee when God changed my life. And testimonies are neat. And they're not just neat, but it shows God working, and getting your attention. Now, when I'm taping this tape down, it's away from the edge, okay? 1/4 inch or less from the edge. Then when I go to hold it in place, to seal it, if I don't have it already taped up here on the edge, then I get it right to the inner edge of that window, at the edge of that frame, okay? Now, if I go this way, this is gonna hit, I can't tape where I want, the roll's gonna interfere, right? So you take the roll away from the inner part of your window or whatever it is you're taping up, all right? Now, it's on my frame, so I have it too close, all right? So as long as it's on the tape that's covering the window, that's protecting the window, all right? The only thing that's going to get paint on it is going to be the window frame itself, all right? I'm going to come up here on top, okay, come down about an 1/8, 3/16, quarter, and tape it on this tape that's already there that has sealed it. What I want to do is seal the brown paper that's there now. That's what I'm doing. I am now sealing this brown paper so when I spray this, no paint is underneath the paper and on the window, which means getting paint on your window generally is fairly forgiving, fairly easy to remove, but why have the extra work, right? Want to work smarter, not harder. All right, you want to roll out of the corner, always. The loose end of the tape in your corner. All right. Pull it past your paper. Okay. Get it tacked, and then press it in. Stick it. It's stuck. All right. Now this here, we don't want that kind of flopping and all of that, so we're gonna just take this and stick this. That's stuck. Now I didn't clean these windows, so this may want to lift. But so far so good, it's looking pretty decent. Alright, I'm just going to come over here and stick this. I don't know if you can see, so I'm going to have to check, see what you're able to see, or you're just hearing my voice. But hopefully I'm explaining it well enough. If you are just hearing my voice, you're understanding and are able to follow what I'm doing. Okay, you can see what I'm doing. Okay, great. And I'm going to check the comments. Shining bright light. I guess you must not be in the chats. It looks like you're here though. Well, thank you. I'll be by to visit you. You have some very nice playlists. I recommend anyone else to if you want some good teaching, some Bible study, check out Shining the Bright Light. The playlists have some really good teachings and Bible studies. Lydia, Maya, and much more. Will, he has a laid-back channel. And he has cats and things. But check out Will's channel. Okay. I'm cutting some paper over here, if you're hearing. I'm going in this next section. Oh. Shining the bright light, just to give you a heads up. When you're in a live stream, just being present in the live stream is good and shows support to the person whose live stream that you're in. But if you're not communicating and interacting with the people in the live stream or with the person in the live stream, then the person having the live stream doesn't get any credit for it. If you're just a number in the room, in the chat, YouTube does not recognize your watch time. I've had some live streams where I've had very little commenting, and when I'm done with the live stream itself, I might have, I've been on, let's say for example, my live stream is for an hour, and nobody's or I've had a few comments, alright? I've had a few comments. It's just, when I'm all done, I've been live for an hour. I've had 3 or 4 in the chat, a few comments in the chat, and that's it. When I finish my live stream, in watch time, it's like I have 10 minutes watch time, but I was live for an hour, and I had a few people in the chat. So just to give you some understanding there, being present in the chat without communicating, YouTube doesn't really recognize it. An active live stream where you've got people commenting and interacting with you is where you benefit from people being there, from their commenting in that live stream, okay? I've had other live streams where I've been live for a half hour, had quite a few people in the chat on the other hand. Lots of commenting going on, half hour, 45 minutes, and because of the communication and the interaction going on, I've walked away from a 45-minute, half-hour live stream with an hour and a half watch time, or more, because of the interaction that was taking place in the live stream itself. So this is something that people don't realize, especially if you have live streams and you've got a bunch of people in your live stream and you're walking away with a 4 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours of watch time because of the interaction taking place in your live stream, and you go to someone else's and you mean well, your heart's in the right place and you're there hanging out, but you know, you're hearing what's going on, but you're not really commenting or interacting on the live stream, then you don't know that if you go into a chat and nobody's really interacting like mine right now, which is okay. I'm doing this for after the live stream, but it would be good to have you asking questions that I could get back to later. I'd go to your channel and these will be my response to your questions since I can't see them now. But I truly appreciate your heart and soul and making a stand for the Lord, being bold, and being here showing support. That means a lot. It doesn't go by unnoticed. But there's this misunderstanding, so I'm just trying to clear up the misunderstanding that there is with these live streams, because people, until you experience it, you don't have any idea how that really works. So keep that in mind. If you really want to make it, help someone's live stream to get more watch time, you want to comment. If you missed what somebody has said, go back and do a playback. That helps their watch time when you do a playback or replay. I call it a playback, but technically I guess it's more like be considered a replay. But you're playing it back, see, that's why I call it a playback. So, getting pretty close here to painting. Pulling out the spray. I'm going to spray paint this, that is. Alright, so I'm going to have to add a little bit more paper here. So I don't want to get any paint on the window, although like I've said, it's forgiving, it's a pretty easy fix. If you do get paint where you don't want it. On the window. The paint does come off easy. It's got to take a razor blade and scrape it. But it's extra work. Why do you want the extra work? That's what I'm talking about. Okay, cutting the paper. So I hope that clears up maybe some questions that somebody may have had, or if they've had a live stream and went, wait a minute, I've on for 2 hours, or an hour, why did I only get 10 minutes watch time? And if that's the case, if you think back, then you'll realize, oh yeah, there wasn't much conversation going on in that live stream that I had, and I ended up walking away with 15 minutes of watch time, and that's why, because there wasn't that much activity, that much communication and connection in that live stream. Things are communication, nobody's chatting, typing, interacting. So I hope that clears that up. Now, white tape, green tape, and blue tape. What's the purpose for white tape versus blue tape? Green tape versus white tape, green tape versus blue tape. Why do they make 3 different colors of masking tape? I'm talking about masking tape only. Masking tape also is known as painter's tape. Alright, and it's masking tape because you mask it, you mask off the area, you're protecting the area where you don't want your paint that you're applying to get on that surface. You're protecting it from the paint you're applying. So you're using masking tape to do the protecting of that surface. Okay? So green tape is for lacquer. Blue tape is when you don't want something to be stuck too good, or it's going to be on there for any length of time, and you don't want it to stick and have a problem. That's the purpose of this blue tape. All right. Now, again, I'm going to just take a piece of tape. Let's take a piece where I can stick it. All right, to get it in the area that I want it to go and in place. Alright, so I pull the paper back to the location I want it to be for protecting my surface. Alright. I'm going to stick this in 3 different spots. Alright, I got a piece of tape at the top. Now I'm going to pull it back to where I want it. Alright, then I'm going to, in this case, I'm going to stick the tape first to the location I want it. Then I'm going to stick it to the paper that I want to protect the area. Okay, and that worked out perfect. Alright, then I'm going to put this third one in position right here. And I'm sticking it to the tape to the location I want it there, and then I'm putting it to the paper second. Alright, you don't always do it in this method, or this 4-minute. You put it on your paper first, and then you put it to the spot you want it to go. I did that in reverse because of the situation I'm in, and I can't see it very well because of the lighting. Okay? So now I'm going to take this paper that's, I'm gonna have to cut that. That'll give me some more paper because I'm running out. So I'm just gonna cut this here. And this way I'll be able to, I'm trying not to use plastic, because plastic wants to flop around and move too much. And so I am staying away from the plastic at the moment. I can use plastic, I do have plastic. But, and plastic's okay, plastic works well. But again, I'm just trying to, I don't want the plastic flopping and moving. But it's okay. I can use plastic and plastic would be perfectly fine. Okay, so get this down here in this corner, the bottom. Alright, I'm pulling this back because I don't want the tape on my surface yet, that's the problem. I don't want this tape to touch the window frame itself. Okay, and I went on the tape that I used around this window frame to keep the paint off of my wood. Okay, I've been using a black stain with polyurethane finish, and I don't want to get any black paint on the polyurethane, so I'm masking this off. Some people might think, oh, what's it matter, it's the same color. You'll see it. And then it's looking like you're doing this Mickey Mouse job and you don't really care about what you're doing. But like I always say, or what you hear me say from time to time, take the time to do it right. And that's what you do, you know. Take the time to do it right, and you won't go wrong. It will always be right, and you'll be known for doing a nice job and doing it right, and so your work can be depended upon. And you know, if you do it, it's going to be done good, it's going to be done right. Now do it the way you wanted somebody to do it for you, or maybe better than what you would expect someone to do it for you. Alright? Raise the bar. Now grab this paper with my finger so it doesn't fall on the floor, which isn't that big of a deal actually. But see, it's right here, I can just grab it and use it now. Anything you can do to speed up your job, speed up the process, and do it right. Sometimes there's one way to do it, that's slow. Slow. The only way to do it is slow. Unless you've got some techniques that will speed up the process to do it right, I'm talking about now. Sometimes I said, the only way to do it right is to do it slow. Sometimes. Depending on what it is and how critical it is. Sometimes slow is good. Sometimes. Unless you're using it for an excuse. Sometimes fast, you're going to make a big mistake and it's going to be ugly. You're just working way too fast. Look at me, I'm done. How many bolts are loose? How many bolts are going to come off? How many screws are going to drop out? Oh, but you did it so quick. How impressive. Not. No. Like I say, it depends on what you're doing. And then even with that, you got a ratchet, you got electric drill, you've got impact, you know, that allows you to get it done quick and right. So again, it just all depends on what it is you're doing. So when I'm talking, I'm saying what I'm saying for the guys learning, you know, maybe mom, maybe dad, maybe their brother or their boss is telling them, they're going, who cares? They're just my mom, just my boss. Well, I'm telling you, I'm not your boss, I'm nobody. But it's a principle, and if somebody you know is telling you this, they're not telling you wrong. And you just might need to grow up and change your thinking. You'd be glad you did in that event. Because whether you do it or not, it don't have nothing to do with me. I'm just trying to help those that have an ear to hear. You know, if you have an ear to hear. If you don't want to hear it, you don't like what I'm saying, well, okay, fine, it's on you. You can't say you've never heard it. But anyways, that was all free. I'm just trying to help where I can. And so, like this isn't that critical, but you want it right. If I don't seal this properly, won't be stuck well. And the paint can get up underneath. But there is a couple layers of tape, and that does help to make a difference. So if it gets under one layer, the paint is on the second layer, protecting the surface. But you want to try to get this dialed right into where it goes. Okay. Make sure that's stuck well. Okay. Now let's get this over here. That's good. And there's good. Alright, I'm getting ready to paint. Yeah. Now, Yahoo search engine, you type their name because it's like people are excited to get on the internet. So it's Yahoo. It's something they knew everybody could relate to and identify with. And it was really pretty slick for them to come up with that search engine. You're not going to forget it. And then Google, I don't know. That's not something I heard until I heard of the search engine. That now basically has cornered the market, has a monopoly on it. Okay. Now, do I have this? One more. Got to do this space over here, this window frame, window jamb, I'll call it. All right. Yahoo. How about Yabba Dabba Doo? Yabba Dabba Doo. Okay. That was supposed to be funny. It's alright if you didn't laugh. I do understand. It really wasn't. So, as I'm sitting here just kind of making small talk, I appreciate those that are here in the chat. Like I said, I'll read your comments after the chat, after the live stream. And this one, I'm just going to take it, fold it in half. Just going to cover that area. All right. I'm just going to put down here through it. And get it creased, give me something to follow. The bottom has plastic on it. And so now we're going to get her cut. You know, us guys, we say get her cut, or how's she doing, or, you know, referring to a car, oh, that's my girl. You know, what if women were in the construction, building field? Would it be called he's? Because she's doing what we're doing? Just saying, just, you know, just something, just again, just small talk. Passing thoughts. Passing thoughts. Now, I had showed my video on the shower pan layout. One of my first videos. While I was replaying it, I mentioned that I came down. See, I'm going to have to really make sure I'm pressing this to this piece of tape that it's stuck to as I'm spraying this prior to hitting it with the paint so it doesn't come off as I'm painting.
Bad as I miss my mother. Right now, I'd like to show her that she has 4 different things of oatmeal open, 3 different things of malt oatmeal open.
That's funny, frustrating or funny. I guess that's where you pour one into the other, right? She opened them all up. She was grabbing what was handy on hand. What she's doing. Now this is handy. So she opened it. Then she bought another one. Oh, that one's handy. Instead of looking for the first one she opened.
I miss her terribly, but right now I'd like to go, Mom!
What are you doing? I get it. Yeah. Yep. You don't want to open up more than one box at a time. You know. So, you have this Dawn and I know I was talking about the shower, but on the shower, I forgot to mention that. On the shower pan, I mentioned that I have a line on my wall in my shower, about 4 inches or so up. And I say that's for my shower pan. No, it's not, from the deck mud. It's not. That was an error on my part. That line is for the top of the 2x4 when you're screeding your deck mud. That's the line you follow. That way you know you're at the right height, at the right angle for your slope on your shower pan when you're sloping your shower pan. That's what that line is for, is to follow your 2x4 that you're using as a screed board to screed your grout, not your grout, your thin set, okay? So, when you're doing your shower pan and you're putting on your thin set, you need to know the angle and you need to follow that angle. So you run that angle on the wall and you keep your screed board, your 2x4, if that's what you're using, to that angle, okay? And that, you put that angle on the wall. But I said that was for the thin set, but that was a big error, and I don't want to lead anybody the wrong way. It wouldn't work because of your drain. Your drain dictates the thickness of your thin set. So I just want to make that clear. On your shower pan, when you're doing a shower, you put down your pre-slope, which is your deck mud, then you put on the slope, and that's what the line on the wall is. Also, you put one for that too. And then when it comes to your thin set, you can also put a line on the wall running at an angle for that, or you can eyeball it. They also make plastic gauges that go down that you can also follow to do that as well. You're doing your shower pan, or redoing your shower pan, or a new shower pan. Okay, so I just wanted to make sure I cleared that up. I mentioned that in my last video. Well, it's not uploaded yet, but you'll hear it again in my next video. Okay. Alright, did I get that up there? I have not got that up there yet. So this is the last thing, and next to this is going up, and then I will be putting up the paper, and I'll be golden. Alright, now remember, I'm going to cut this. If I'm going to run the tape this way, this side needs to be what I'm calling my long point, or the high side of my cut. I'm ready to tape so I can stick it dead into that corner, and the wrong side is my long. This is the long point. Alright, so now I got to reverse it. Just a slight angle. That way I can stick this right into that corner. And the lighting in here isn't that great.
When you get a half a minute.
Alright, well, I need you for half a minute so I can see into that corner as I'm trying to make room.
Are you recording?
You know it. We're live, actually. I'm not just recording, but I'm live. Now what I need is you to shine that so I can see into that corner. That's sweet. I can see the light. I can actually see what I'm doing. That's it. No. I just need to have some freedom of movement, but I need to see, and that works. Alright. I'm going to take my hand, I'm going to reverse my fingers to the top. It's kind of awkward, I think, anyway. Now I'm going to do fingers on the top here. I'm going to take this outer corner and stick it right into this inside corner. And after I get this masked off, I'll show you what this looks like when I'm finished. Alright, now I haven't decided in and go by Braille at the stick. Now I'm checking that stick. Gives me something to now work with. Alright, this allows me to see. I'm right in there. I'm right where I want to be now. I want this edge right up against that face of the metal frame. Right there, good. I'm going to stick this here. If I can stretch, and I can, and hold it. Okay, there. Alright, now I'm going to pull this out. I'm going to stick my head underneath this so I can see what's going on. Alright, I need you over here now. Take you out that wire. Alright, because I'm running off. Alright, now since this is what I want it here, it allows me to peel it back and get it tucked right in to that corner. Right where it needs to be there. Bam. Okay. Get this excess. Now, I'm going to improvise here. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing at this point, but I will show you what this looks like here when I get done with this stick. And this is where you really gotta be patient. Patience is a virtue. Nope.
Have pity on him, because he's got 4,000 square feet to do this one.
So, I'm gonna make sure you're right into that area. And I'll show you what that looks like now. We gotta get this painted because this is stuck enough to paint where it can keep the paint out, but I need to take paper up there and then I can paint. All right, now as promised. As promised, okay. Let me get this pushed back. All right, you can see I'm right in. All right, now it looks like I'm going to have to take that back a little bit there. Okay, a little bit. But in here, that's right there. All right, that's the inner edge. All the way through. Now, let me show you this here. All right, there's the face. Right here, there's the face. Okay, you can see the blue tape right along that edge. Spot on, that's got to come back just a hair. All right. Spot on. All the way. See right here in that corner. See, it's spot on in that corner. All right, dead on. Perfect. Okay, and then this face over here. Okay, then this rubber, I put Vaseline on, and I put the tape there, so this tape's coming off of that face frame, and this, the tape here and here is coming off because it's going to be painted, but I had to put Vaseline in this rubber area. It's like I might need to apply a little more before I paint. So after I do that, I'll remove this tape so I can paint it. So that's what we're doing. So hey Rooster, thanks for showing up, bro. I'm not able really to check the chat and do what I'm doing, so it makes it hard to know who's here. Rooster 760. I'm going to be doing a collab here one of these days. And Roopster does pool. He's a pool player. And check out his channel. You might learn a few tricks of the trade. If you're a pool enthusiast, I used to shoot pool. It's just been a while. Quite a while. Roopster's going to have to show me a few tricks or something. All right. Now, start to finish. Now we're out, now we're up. Okay, got my paper. I'm going to get this tape. Okay, I'm going to take the second piece of tape. I'm going to leave the tape that's on there. I'm going to take this and get it closer to this edge, so I can bring it right to where it needs to be against that edge where it's away. Alright, that way makes it airtight. You want your tape a little longer than the area you're covering. Alright. Now, I'm going to put my fingers on the bottom. It gives me more control. My thumb here on the sticky side. Get this corner all straightened out right here. Sometimes you need to put a slight crease into it. Just don't stick it to itself. Just carefully crease in that corner so it stays straight for you. Now, well, looks like for this approach I'm going to have to use my fingers on top for this technique. Alright, again, my long point, isn't necessary because I'm not going into a corner, but you want that straight. Alright, so I'm going to go brush it right up against the side of the face frame, get it to the top, get it pushed up against the face frame, stick it, and bam. There you are. Sweet. Sweet. Alright, let me show you what I'm seeing. Just so that you know it's for real, live, not Memorex. Alright, here's the corner. I can't see. I'm zoomed in too much. Alright, here's the corner. And here we are. Remember that space we were looking at? Alright? That space. It's nice right up against that frame, alright? That's what I just did. That's what you were just not able to see what I was doing. Alright? Now I got another little section that I'm going to do now. Alright. Now. Oh no, you saw behind the scenes. Saw my mess, right? I'm working. So working mess is okay. Just not a mess. Alright. Although I don't like the light. That lighting is terrible. Is that? It's not very good. Sorry about that. Okay. So, I'm going to catch this area. Now we want to brush it. We want to brush this outer edge up against the frame, and then it's right in that corner when I'm done. Okay. Kind of brush it, lightly brush it. You want it to brush right up against the face, and then when it levels out at the bottom of it, It's dead into that corner. That's the trick. Now you'll be a professional masker. Masker! That's mask with the ER. Masker. Not the other word. Alright. Now I can put on the paper. I can get the spraying. I'm not playing. Okay, I just want to thank everyone for being here. Thanks everyone for who has dropped in. Thank God for plastic lights, everybody. Plastic light has saved me. This is the second time. I haven't uploaded it yet, but the video I did yesterday on the Snappy Trap update, this light fell, and if it wasn't for the plastic light, I would be in trouble. There'd be glass everywhere. I'd be stopping right now to clean up. So, it just saved me. Plastic, the new plastic lights are your friend. If you don't have any plastic lights for your lighting, I highly recommend it if you're using household lights. Soft lights are really the best, but you gotta make do